This is Sidney Walter Thompson on the Global Radio Network 99.5 FM. This is a great day to be in the Commonwealth of Bahamas. Bahamians, we have any number of issues to deal with, constituency issues and national issues. Do you know it is 51 years and 5 months since we became an independent nation? The government of the Bahamas has been functioning in the Bahamas as an independent entity 51 years, 5 months today. I remember it was on July the 8th of this year, 5 months and 2 days ago, when I made a suggestion to the Bahamian people, because you people have been complaining about a whole lot of things. And I'm not saying if the shoe is tight on your foot, you shouldn't complain. But Bahamians, I ask you to give me an opportunity, I am here to work. Not just on the microphone, but to be down in the community working with you. But the Constitution restrains me from acting independent of you. I got to get you to understand Article 24.1 of the Constitution. I ask you to choose one major constituency problem in your constituency 51 years and 5 months ago that can be solved, and I've checked all the evidence on this, with the collective will of the people. One major constituency problem to be solved in 18 months. That's all the time you need, Bahamians. You need no more than that. I have the biblical proof. I have the constitutional proof. But there were those who were activists who say they're going to take this on their own. No. I go in strictly by what the Constitution tells me. Yes, I have a view. But it takes the collective will of a people in a given constituency to change it. Now, here's what I also said to you. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous in authority, the people rejoice. Do we have righteous people running this country, yes or no? Do you see the people rejoicing in the various constituencies, yes or no? I just heard, just before I started the show, there's a demonstration in Fox Hill where some people are saying the Prime Minister has to go. They have a right to do that, Bahamians. That's a constitutional right that they have, and no one should interfere with that. But what about bringing about a possible solution to a problem? That is what I want to be involved in, Bahamians. I don't want to just say a particular personality have to go. No. I want to do more than that. I want to do better than that, because the Constitution says I can do it. The Holy Bible says I can do it. And I said to you, you need a righteous group of people, a team, a righteous people, all righteous people who will do what is right, Bahamians. You mean to tell me you can't find no persons who will do what is right in your particular constituency to solve one major constituency problem in 18 months? Come on, give me a break, man. 51 years and 5 months have passed up to today. And I've been asking two basic questions. What major constituency problems have been solved by the representative of your particular constituency over the last 51 years and 5 months? And here are the clear-cut benefits that come to the people in that particular constituency as a result of these major constituency problems having been solved. Not a living one of you have been able to answer that in 5 months and 2 days since I put it out from July the 8th. Come on, Bahamians, what are we living for? What are we doing, Bahamians? You can't answer one question. You've been living there for 51 years and 5 months, and you can't answer a simple, basic, fundamental question. That's why I threw the challenge out to you. Give Professor 18 months, and we could fix one major constituency problem. Just one. Instead of you keep grumbling and complaining and grumbling and complaining all day, all night for 51 years and 5 months. And not a living one of you were able to say, Professor, I live in this particular constituency. These are the major constituency problems that have been solved over the last 51 years and 5 months. And here are the benefits we are receiving as a result of it. Not a living one has been able to do that. Now, Bahamians, I want to set an example because it can happen. That's the challenge I put out to you. Proverbs 29, to win the righteous in authority. But Bahamians, you got to give righteous people the authority to do it. In every single constituency. Just one problem. That you will choose. You say, Professor, this is the one we want to work with. Talk to your people, Bahamians. You got all this technology around here. You had 5 months and 2 days to do it. And you still sitting down doing nothing? Come on, Bahamians. What kind of people are we? How did we get like this? We're not thinking anymore. We're supposed to have intelligent people. We're supposed to have smart people. You've been to university, you've been to this school, that school, and the next school. Come on. Let's get something done, Bahamians. You got 7 more months before independence. Don't throw away 7 months, man. Give me that 18 months. I'm asking you to give me the opportunity to do something for my country. That's why I'm appealing to you. I'm not going to be foolish and stupid like some other people did to take it on by themselves. The Constitution says, no, Professor, you can't do it. You work with the people in that particular constituency. 51% or more of you have to become righteous in your dealings one with another. That's been the constituency's headed for progress. You can't have a bunch of wicked people in a given constituency and expect to solve anything. Bahamians, it don't work that way. Wickedness has no place with righteousness. But you have to have righteous people running the thing. That's what I'm telling you. It cannot work any other way. The Constitution says, Article 24:1, people coming together to do what? To protect their interests. The word interest is plural, more than one interest. You got all kinds of problems in these constituencies. All kinds of problems. Mountains of problems. And you can't solve one? You can't even solve one? You haven't had one solved in 51 years and 5 months? Come on, Bahamians. I want you to answer that today. Let's not play any more games, man. I threw that challenge out to you 5 months and 2 days right up to the date. And I told you I wasn't going to forget it. Oh, you thought Professor was joking. You stay right there. We got serious problems in this country, Bahamians. I got to live here. My family has to live here. And you got thousands and thousands of young people who are looking for a future, man. And all we can do is sit and grumble 51 years and 5 months? Is that what we're going to do for the next 51 years and 5 months? Now, Bahamians, we got to do better than that. Just give me my 18 months. That's all I ask you for. You give them other fellas 51 years and 5 months, and you can't even answer the question. Not one of you call into this show and say, Professor, I live in a particular constituency. Here are the major constituency problems that have been solved. And here are the benefits that we are receiving now as a result of them being solved. Not a living one. 5 months and 2 days up to the day. Then you got to stop wasting time, man. That's how you frittered away 51 years and 5 months. Because you've been doing nothing but complaining all the time instead of saying the Constitution tells you could do it. And you sit right there and just let things happen. The Constitution tells you, Article 2, any law, any other law that's contrary to this Constitution, it is null and void. Flush it down the toilet, throw it in the garbage. I also told you we need a committee of persons to check every single piece of legislation that has been passed by the government of the Bahamas, or let me say the Parliament of the Bahamas. Parliament consists of Her Majesty the Queen, a Senate, a House of Assembly. That's the Parliament. The Cabinet will consist of persons who are members of the House of Assembly and a few from the Senate. Excuse me. That means we got to get serious, man. I get very upset when I put a proposal like that out to you, and all you do is sit and you say what a good show Professor is doing. I like the comments for the show, but that means we got to do more than that. I am not satisfied with that. I want action. I want to see your support coming together to change things in the constituency. Now, for the nation. What major national problems have been solved by the government of the Bahamas over the last 51 years and 5 months? And here are the clear-cut benefits that we now enjoy in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas as a result of these major national problems having been solved. And not one of you was able to tell me of any major national problem that has been solved over the last 51 years and 5 months, and here are the benefits we are enjoying today. Not a living one of you have been able to do it. You think I just forget these things, eh? Every time when you call and show, you keep ducking and hiding, ducking and hiding, ducking and hiding, talking other things. But you're not hitting the nail on the head. Let's get down to solutions, Bahamians, because the Constitution talks about solutions. The Holy Scriptures talk about solutions. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, Bahamians, you've got to get righteous people to be in authority. That's the only way we can have some rejoicing around here. The people rejoice. When the wicked bear rule, the same verse of Scripture, the people mourn. You think God just tell lies? God ain't got no time to tell no lies. He tell it to you straight. Stop ducking and hiding and talking about you like this one, you like that one. Oh, he got on this color, I got on. Fellas, Bahamians, that can't help us. Either we're going to get serious about doing something, and I am asking you to give me my 18 months, starting from today. And you could call me at the show and say, Professor, I'm interested in what you are looking to do, but it has to be with the cooperation of the people. I want to see progress in my country. I come on the radio show every day, and I'm thankful for this opportunity by Management of Global. Thank God for that. You've had people who were able to talk to those people who are your rulers, who are our rulers. Let me put it that way, our rulers. But you ain't telling the people when they go wrong. You got to say, Mr. Prime Minister, that ain't constitutional. Mr. Attorney General, that is not constitutional. Mr. Minister for National Security, what you're saying is nonsense and foolishness. It is not constitutionally sound. Now, I know I've been telling them that, but how many of you have told them that? All of you have been having all those meetings with this one, that one, the next one. You sit in them people's office for years. You ain't telling them nothing. So what they expect you for me to do? Just sit there and see the man taking us right down over the cliff. Say, Mr. Prime Minister, we go in the wrong way. The Constitution say that is not right. You have to tell them, Bahamians, you have not been doing it. 51 years and 5 months later, look at the problems we have in this place. So just give me my 18 months, starting today, and I got to start all over again. 18 months. That's all I asked you for. Let's get something done, Bahamians. You think I want to waste time like other talk show hosts? No, sir. I ain't into that. Just talk about the problem and ain't nothing being done. I ain't into that. I want to see actions require your financial support. It require your backing. It require your numbers. It will require your strength payments, because the Constitution says the collective will of a people brings change. One or two could start a little fire, but the people themselves have to get serious. And you got to stop being wicked. Wickedness can't solve nothing but bring problems. So you got to have righteous people. The people have to change. You got to tell them, listen, man, you got to behave differently. So you need a righteous team in there to help you with that one major problem. We could get that solved in 18 months. You need no more time than that. But you got to work at it day and night around the clock. But you have to get people involved. Are you serious about solving one major constituency problem? I'm involved in a national problem. I told you that. We got one big catch weighing 1 trillion tons. You think Professor could handle that by himself and the people who are working along with me? You think we could handle? No, we can't handle that by ourselves. That's where Article 24.1 comes into again. We're going to be calling on you to give your support to this one major, and Bahamians, this is a big one, national problem. And once we could get that solved, Bahamians, it will bring massive relief to this nation. No ifs, no ands, no buts. I've done my homework, Bahamians. I don't come here to talk foolishness and nonsense. And not a living one of you was able to refute anything what the professor said. From the time I started, well, I used to come on filling in, but the time the management allowed me to run the show, not a living one of you were able to challenge anything that I said. Not a single one. If you think you could, call today. But I'm not interested in that. I want to see things happen, Bahamians. That's why I have to support the show. We need plenty of support for the show, because we want to do things here in the radio station to help the station here, but we got to do some things in the community. You can't just be sitting around grumbling and complaining, as we did 51 years and 5 months. Now let's stop that foolishness. Let's get serious, Bahamians. I want to work, because there are thousands and thousands of young people out there who expect me to do better than I've done. Bahamians, I can't let them down. That's why I'm calling on you to help me. This is not no one-man show. It takes to collect, and thank God for the few who have been working along with me. I appreciate that. And particularly the women. Well, the men been there too, but we got plenty of women in there. The women are good workers. So women in the communities, in the country as a whole, I count on you. And the men. Now, men, you got to get serious. Too many of you are falling down on the job. We're losing too many men. These youngsters are not getting as young as I am. And I tell them that all the time. I need you to get as young as me. Then when you reach where I am, you say, you know something? I can stay around till the man come back, till Christ come back. That's my attitude, Bahamians. I can't go nowhere now. There's just too much work to do. So I want to see an abrupt change today for the better for the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Now, you can call the radio station. You know the numbers, 326-0271, 326-0272, 813-0271. And, of course, you can call me through National Affairs. The line is up and running. And, of course, I'm working on my cell number, 325-8652. 325-8652. You can send me an email, SidneyMThompson@hotmail.com. Famous, you got to get serious about building the nation, man. I'd be very stressed out when I see you dragging your feet. You drag your feet for 5 months and 2 days. Now you got to stop that foolishness. You got to cut that out, Bahamians. It doesn't matter who you may be or where you live or what status you may have in the community. We are all Bahamian citizens. We only got one country, one flag, that's Bahamian flag. The only thing that could unify us, I heard him talk about Jonkanu, say that Jonkanu unifies the Bahamian people. Well, people like Jonkanu. I ain't gonna knock that. But that's a celebration, and that's fine. That's a part of our culture, and we could work with that. But we got bigger fish to fry, Bahamians. We're losing our country. We got a bunch of strangers in there talking about they're Bahamians with a piece of paper in their hand, talking about they're Bahamian. They ain't no Bahamian. Say they want to be naturalized. No such thing, Bahamians. You got plenty of announcements in the papers talking about they want to be naturalized. And some papers have been handed out fraudulently. That is a major problem, Bahamians. And you sitting back sleeping? How you get like that? We have a major constitutional crisis that we are fighting for the salvation of our country. We have to ask for your support on it. Article 24.1 tells me that that's the way it has to go. I can't take that burden on by myself and with those who are helping us now. We need your support in that. So you're going to hear a lot from me. You think I here to play games, eh? You're going to see just how serious Professor Sidney Walter Thompson is. You're going to see I can push like I've never pushed before. Y'all like to quote what another personality said, which is a negative comment. And it just grieves my spirit. When I hear people talk about it all the time, they keep bringing it up over and over and over again. And the positive things that the man said, not a single word. And he said all kinds of positive things. But you ain't checking for that. You're just checking for one negative comment that the man made in his lifetime. And he might have been under a little stress when he said it. Bahamians, we have to save this country. It's a lot of work. The young people are looking for us to do better. They want a country, Bahamians. Let's protect this country. And listen now, you see what happened to Assad in Syria? See, the rebels came in and took over the country. We cannot afford to let that kind of crap happen here. See, we just play games. We have a strong constitution, Bahamians. Tremendous authority in that constitution for the average person. But when you don't know what God put in your hand, Bahamians, God has given us a beautiful country, a beautiful constitution. Now, some things in it got to change. I'll tell you that right off the top. All those articles relating to Her Majesty the Queen, you need a referendum to change that. We don't have no more Queen, Bahamians. The executive authority of the Commonwealth of Bahamas is vested in who? Her Majesty the Queen. That's in the Constitution. Ain't say nothing about nobody else. So the article has to be updated. But the government of the Bahamas and those who you gave authority to ain't checking for that. You leaving your supreme law with weaknesses in it. Come on, Bahamians, we got to do better than that. We have to define what is man, what is woman, what is child, as mentioned in the preamble. What is that? We have to have a constitutional definition. Man means this. Woman means that. Child means this. Don't put that in no statute law. The funny fellows come along and say they start changing things. Let's put it in the Constitution. And then the marriage thing. Two males say they're getting married. What kind of crap is that? And we right here sitting down, seeing all this crappy stuff coming in here, and we ain't doing nothing about it until it engulfs us and strangles us. Then you say, oh, that's what it is there. You stay right there. Two gray males talking about they as husband and wife. Two females talking about, that's my husband. What kind of crap is that? You confuse people. But that's what they do in the United States. I don't know how Donald Trump is going to handle that. But they is so ingrained over there, Bahamians, we cannot allow that crap to happen here. We are a nation under God. So we got to fix it. So Bahamians, from today onward, I expect you to change and do better. Because I can be on your case. I'm warning you now. I am prepared to work. I want to see my country saved. We have a constitution. We have the Holy Bible. We're in a pleasant environment. Yes, it got its problems. We could fix every problem we have. Just give me my 18 months from today to solve one major constituency problem. We can call on you to help us with this big major national problem we are fighting. And then our country will be in better shape. I hear the music in the background. Say, I got to shut up. And my guest right here waiting patiently for me. I tell him all the time I could talk till the man come back. But he's waiting patiently today. This is Professor Sidney MacArthur Walter Thompson. See, when I get going, I don't know when to stop. The lines are open, 326-0271, 326-0272. And do not forget, Bahamians, starting today, I begin my 18 months. So don't disappoint me, because I ain't going to disappoint you. I can be on your case. I want to see things happen, Bahamians, for the betterment of this country. This is Professor Sidney MacArthur Walter Thompson on the Global Radio Network, 99.5 FM. We'll be back after the break.
It's that time of year to spread happiness with the Global 99.5 FM Christmas Toy Drive. Join us in collecting toys to bring hope and joy to children of all ages this holiday season. Stop by our studio on the corner of Elizabeth Avenue and Shirley Street and donate a new unwrapped toy. Let's work together to put a smile on the child's face this Christmas. Celebrate the magic of giving with Global 99.5 FM, just in time for the holidays.
Fall is here, and so are the incredible advertising deals at Global 99.5 FM. Whether you're launching a new product, promoting holiday sales, or just want to get your brand out there, we've got you covered with unbeatable rates this season. Reach thousands of potential customers and boost your business before the holidays hit. Call 326-0271 or just email sales@globalradio995fm.com to learn more about our fall advertising promotions. Global 99.5 FM, reaching customers wherever they are for your success. You know it's Christmas when the stores get all decked out. Come to the brass and leather shops and the luggage store. We've got gift ideas for everyone on your list. Quality leather goods from Land, Guess, Nine West, Kipling, and Rioni are awaiting you. We have manicure and pedicure sets, gifts for the kids, sell accessories, and furry slippers for those with cold feet. It is all here to make your Christmas shopping easy and special. We can't wait to see you.
Janae's Christmas Wonderland is open under the Big Tent. Get 20 to 50% off selected Christmas decorations. Restrictions apply. Trees in pink, frosted green or white in a variety of sizes. LED and laser lights, a large variety of tree ornaments, lighted angels, Santa tree toppers, bright and lively colored Christmas balls, garlands, wreaths, red and white stringed cranberry, tree skirts, stockings, and lots more. Add flowers, picks, and decorative mesh to brighten up your home or office this holiday season. And don't forget the toys at Janae's Chesapeake Road. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Janae's Limited. WhatsApp 817-3295.
Great vehicle performance begins with an exceptional oil. Choosing the right motor oil for your Honda may seem confusing, so here's one simple rule to follow. Look for the oil with the Honda name. Using Honda Genuine Ultimate Full Synthetic Motor Oil in your Honda will enhance your car's performance because it is formulated and tested to meet exacting Honda specifications. Available now at Nassau Motor Company on Shirley Street.
The Paint Depot for interior and exterior paint, material and supplies, automotive, marine and industrial, Rust-Oleum, color wheel, joint compounds, sealers, and much more. We are your distributor for automotive art colors. We have pressure washers, ladder rentals, and accessories. Select any color and we'll mix it and deliver it to you. Family Island orders are welcome with bank transfers. Get your free quote today. Free delivery to the mailboats, homes, and businesses, too. The Paint Depot, number 151 Mount Royal Avenue. Open Monday to Saturday, 7:30 to 5. The Paint Depot. We supply all your painting needs.
If you've got termites and need to get rid of them fast, trust Rentokil Initial. We have over 60 years of experience in the Bahamas. As a part of a global brand, our training and expertise can't be beat. Only Rentokil Initial gives you a 3-year warranty on termite fumigation with the best payment terms in the Bahamas. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name you can call on, Rentokil Initial. Call us at 322-2157.
Limbo. Oh.
Man, what you doing way down there on the ground
with that limbo stick?
Well, I was in a competition with Bahamas Liquidation and Auction Center. Their price is so low. I want to see if I could go even lower.
You should know better than that. Bahamas Liquidation and Auction Center has general quality merchandise, furniture, homewares, and groceries, but their prices can't be beat. No one has better quality with lower prices. Come to think of it, I need to get there right now to catch those low prices. See ya!
Wait, you can't help me up? Oh boy. That's Bahamas Liquidation and Auction Center on Marquis Street. Good buys at low prices.
Here we go. How low can we go? Come on. Here we go now. How low can we go?
From South Beach to Bay Street.
I'm pleased, I really dig your company.
It's your chance to join the discussion of today's issue. Here, let your voice be heard. Speak your mind and express yourself. Call in and participate at 326-0271 or 326-0272. WhatsApp us your concerns on 809-2310. Follow us live on Facebook and globalradio99.5fm.com. Express yourself.
This is Professor Sidney MacArthur Walter Thompson on the Global Radio Network 99.5 FM in Bahamians. This is a great country to live in. God has been good to us. Global Radio has a toy drive now for Christmas. You know, Christmas is coming up and we got to keep the children happy, you know. We want you to bring some wrapped toys, nice toys for the children, and have them wrapped. Bring it to the studio, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Monday to Friday. And those toys will be given by the Global team to deserving children who want a good Christmas present. And when they see other children have things, you know, they get a little concerned, and mommy and daddy mightn't have had the money to pay to get some toys. So the Global family want you to assist the team in getting toys, nice toys now. I don't know if they're taking guns. You know, my daddy wouldn't let us have no gun. But bring something different from the gun because, you know, we got too much violence in here. So we don't want the little boys to have funny ideas in their head. Bring something nice, toys that you can work with, something they could read, something they can work with. You got all kind of options out there. But have it wrapped. Bring it to the studio now, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Now, another drive we're doing is we want to help some people to pay their rent. Now, I told you before we were trying to raise $4,000. Whatever you can send, whatever you say contribute. Say, Professor, I could contribute $100. I could contribute $50. I contribute $20. Now, what I want you to do is you call me. If you call the station, you leave your name and number, say, give this information to Professor. And once you give me that name and the number I get from them, I will call you and tell you how to send those funds in. Because some people are ready to get thrown out the house. You say how cold it was last night? I feel sorry for these people, but we got some unfortunate ones in the community. We got to help them out. We want to raise $4,000 to help some people to pay their rent so they don't get thrown out in the street. It was very cold last night, and these people got children and things like that. Payments, we got to help the little children. So that's two drives. Bring the toys, 10 a.m., 4 p.m. And you call me and say, Professor, I want to make a contribution to help those people to pay that rent. Fine. You leave your name and number with the producer, or you can call me through 325-8652, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The line is wide open when I'm not here at the studio. But if you call the studio, leave your name and number, say, give this to Professor. I will call you and tell you where to send those funds. We have a call on the line. Call you live on air. Go ahead, please.
Good afternoon, Professor. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you today?
I am good. Hello to you and your guest.
Yeah, okay, that's Brother Hyla.
Hi, good day.
Oh, hello. Okay, how are you?
Good.
Okay, do you know that I was trying to calculate how long you were asking us Bahamian people when...
Could you turn your radio down because I'm getting a feedback?
Oh,
Cut
okay.
it off, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was calculating at least 2 to 3 months, and I was about to tell you, don't waste your breath.
Okay.
Asking about what was done in the 51 years in the communities.
5 months.
I remember you say 5 months and 2 days.
Yes. No,
Um,
I asked him about I made a proposal July the 8th. 5 months and 2 days up to the day. Yeah.
okay, yeah. Have you ever heard the saying? Someone say that someone is stuck in their PLP ways or their F&M ways.
Yeah, I've heard it. Yeah.
Oh, you've heard it. Okay.
Yeah.
The person of that particular party, they don't care what that party is doing.
Okay.
They just don't give a darn.
Okay.
They're not looking at the future of their children, grandchildren, or great grandchildren.
Okay.
Sometimes I think they think it's funny
Okay.
to keep putting these parties back. Sometimes I think they just think it's funny. They're just stuck. And the thing about it is the majority of the elderly people
Okay.
who are stuck in these ways.
All right.
Not one person had called in and said that something was done in their community.
51 years and 5 months. That's correct.
I mean, and the thing about it, they're not even, they don't even care community, but they will complain to the neighbor or to someone about it, but they wouldn't try and tell their MP
Yes.
or someone who is in charge or who is
Exactly.
they wouldn't go
I
to
agree
them.
with you. Yes,
Or
ma'am.
when they see them, they be, you're doing a good job.
No, that can't wait.
You're doing a good job, my
Yes, ma'am.
MP, my MP. Sometimes I wonder if they could see where our country is headed.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, I mean, disgusting. It's just disgusting.
I'm not disagreeing in anything what you said, but you know my job as a host.
Mhm.
Since I have the airwaves and God has blessed me with the opportunity and management, He has given me this wonderful opportunity to talk to the Bahamian people. I can use it to the advantage of the country.
Yeah.
My job would be to help people like that to see constitutionally and biblically that they have an obligation, they have a responsibility. Even the younger generation. See, I always tell the young men I need them to get as young as I am.
Yes, I
Because
heard
we're
you.
losing too many of them. I don't like that.
Too many.
So-
And nobody is waking up and seeing it.
So my job as the host is starting today. I want my 18 months. I don't tell them that. I ain't backing down one way or the other. They're gonna have to fight me. It's just as simple as that. Because see, I know I am constitutionally sound. I am biblically sound. We need change in our country.
And I was just encouraging a couple the other day to listen into your show because of you, I have learned so much about my rights.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So much about my rights, things that they never even speak about. You know, they never even brought to the Bahamian people attention, just have it
That's
hide
correct.
under the rock.
That's correct.
You know, it's just so sad. And then some of them people, like someone last week,
Uh-huh.
that call in, and according to what they say, you can tell just what party they for.
Okay.
Especially a particular person.
A particular
last week.
personality, yes. I know
Last
what you're
week.
talking about. Yes, yes.
Yes, I don't know if members was a female. Let's just leave it right there.
Now leave it right there, yeah.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
you could tell, and they just don't care, and they upping
Uh-huh.
the leader.
Yes.
They were upping the leader and giving respect to the leader. I was like, oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my God, I know we can't call names on here, so I'll just say the leader. They were just upping that person. I say, for what? I had a video came to my phone this morning.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if you heard it. A gentleman was saying that his ID or something was that had expired,
Yes.
and he went to a government office to get it. Though I think it was his voter's card.
Yes.
Or something, or it was lost or something. And he said when he reached in there, the only people who were sitting in there waiting for service was Haitians.
Yes.
You saw that one?
No, I haven't seen the video, but I understand that has been happening at parliamentary registration. Yes.
Yes, he said, and it's so sad. He said, Bahamians, please tell me what is going on in my country.
Exactly.
He said all of them were there for IDs, and
Yes.
all were Haitians.
Yes. That is a problem. You're quite right about that.
I have to send it around.
Yes, ma'am. No,
I don't know.
you're quite right. But see, I'm glad you express it that way. But my job as a host, and I'm so delighted that management has given me this opportunity. See, I can use this opportunity to change the face of the country. I want to see change.
Well,
When after 51 years and 5 months, not a living soul could tell me, you live in that community 51 years and 5 months, you cannot say, Professor, these are the major constituency problems that have been solved over that 51 years and 5 months.
some
And
was
here
living
are
in
the
it
benefits
before.
we're getting. Huh?
Some was living in it before the
Of
51
course.
years.
No, I agree with you.
And,
Yes.
and they don't care.
So the point is, what are we going to do as a people? The Constitution gives us the answer. The Holy Bible gives us the answer. That's why I quoted Proverbs 29 too. Give Professor Sidney MacArthur Walter Thompson some righteous people out of your constituency. I will get it done.
I want to take the opportunity to speak to my Bahamian people. Please call in and tell Professor what has been done in your constituency for the last 51 years that was an improvement.
Yes, 5 months.
And it's so sad how much people would say in the Bahamas.
How many? But the population is?
Yeah, the population.
They say it's under 400,000.
Under
Slightly
400,000
under,
and not
yeah.
one person.
Not a living soul has
Not
called me
one person could
in
call in because I know I can't call in.
5 months and 2 days.
And not one person could call in and say what it was done in their constituency for
That is correct.
51 years
And 5 months.
and 5 months, something to improve and something that's
Problems.
showing that they're for the Bahamian people,
See,
for their constituents.
I made it very specific. What major constituency problems have been solved over the last 51 years and 5 months? And here are the clear-cut benefits that come to the Bahamian. See, when the problem is solved, you get benefits, you know.
No, they only want one ham and turkey at Christmas.
That ain't
that's
no
all.
benefit.
They only want one ham or one turkey at Christmas, and they be all right.
Yeah, you got to do better than that.
Yeah, they'll give them a ham and turkey, MP, and they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all they want.
Yes, ma'am. But we
Yeah.
got to change that. We
Yeah,
got to change
man.
that mindset. I'm
Yeah.
going to work on it. That's why I asked them to support the show.
Not one person
Not a living one called
could
in.
call in, because I know I can't.
5 months and 2 days. I say now this foolishness got to stop.
But they still gonna be when the election come up, they still gonna be having their red shade, their yellow shade and thing though.
Well, the Constitution makes provisions for people when it comes to elections and to deal with personalities who have not done their job. The Constitution is right there.
And they're not aware that when things are happening in the Bahamas, and when there has to be an answer for it, they don't realize that we should be called to a hall meeting or something to give
Of
our
course.
opinion on how to solve it.
Of course, yes.
They don't even think about that. That's what I have a problem with. When I done put you there, you have that's like me hiring you.
Of course, you're paying them.
I think so. When there's a problem that has to be solved, something like when it comes to criminals, what to do and stuff, have a town meeting and let me voice my opinion.
Right, yes. You're quite right. You're
No,
quite
they,
right.
I just say they are idiots.
That is a weakness of the government of the Bahamas.
The weakness.
Very serious weakness. And we got to
Serious,
change that.
Serious.
Yes, it is.
But I know they ain't got to worry about me going to no poll for them.
I understand.
I know we need a change.
Well, the Constitution tells you what you could do to bring the change.
Okay.
The Holy
Okay.
Bible, listen now, the Holy Bible, you're making good points. The Holy Bible tells you what to do to bring the change. Put the Holy Bible along with the Constitution, you're straight.
You know, I come to the conclusion that they be laughing at us.
Yes, ma'am.
I am serious, and
Okay.
not just now.
Yes, ma'am.
Over the years, they be laughing at us because those two parties. If you look, sometime that was in the 80s, and I saw
Yes,
both
ma'am.
of them to a restaurant. It was like they had to get like about 12 tables together,
Yes,
both
ma'am.
of the parties sitting together, eating and drinking.
Eating and
okay?
drinking.
I'm telling you, with the two eyes, what God gave
What
me.
God give you, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
And the best friend I had at that time, she passed away now. She touched me and she said, "Look at there."
Yes,
I'll never forget that.
yes.
Mm.
And the Bahamian people could do something about that too.
And they're each other children, godparents, and all.
All kind of things.
All kind of things. You
Yes,
hear me?
ma'am. That's correct. You're quite right. You're
Mm.
quite right.
Mm. Anyway,
Yeah, but I'm happy that you called in. But there's hope for us. That's why I can put my trust in God.
Yes.
And I can follow the Constitution, and I follow in the Holy Bible. That's my direction.
Yes.
And we're going to see change in this country.
And some of them who trying to lead this country or be over constituencies, they never even open their Bible.
That's why God says, give the righteous people a chance.
Yeah, we ain't got none.
We got to find them.
Oh.
We ain't got no righteous people in a particular constituency. We can't find none.
Yeah, they can find them.
Well, then, let's get
But they just take what they get and be satisfied with it.
I understand.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thanks to the caller made some good points. But Bahamians, we must follow Scripture. We must follow the Constitution. If you do it the way the Bible says you to do it, if you do it the way the Constitution says you to do it, we won't have all these problems, Bahamians. It's just as simple as that. Let's get on with it. Brother Hyla, I got to let you come in right now. Oh, we got a caller.
Yeah,
a caller. Caller, you live on here. Go ahead, please.
Hey, good afternoon, Professor.
Yeah, what's good
afternoon? Good afternoon to your guests.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Bahamas.
Okay.
Professor, I hear a lot of us saying all kind of different things, but Professor, this is the time when the Christians supposed to shine.
Yeah.
The Bible
yes, you're right.
Yeah,
you're supposed to shine.
You're when the enemy come in like a flood,
yes,
you're supposed to live up a higher standard.
Boy, I agree with you on that point.
Well, I ain't thought it like a Christian like that, but I can live up a higher standard. The standard is for our Bahamas, they a lot of them. I got two scriptures are gone. Yes. I can tell you what they mean. This one, First Kings, I think it's chapter 3. Yes. When they say when the baby hold up the baby, some people love to chop the baby in half. But if this is our country, we can't cut the baby in half.
No,
we can't do that.
No.
We got to say, listen, we got to live up a high standard.
Yes.
All we need is our government officials to do their job. Because guess what, Professor? Like you said, like a Scotch record, guess what? We got the most best drug dealers law in the world.
Yes.
You ever hear about the Dangerous Drug Act 2000? Anything you get, what you not work for, and we can, once you charge now, we can't put this on anyone. Once you charge with dangerous drug trafficking, we can put this law on you. Okay. Anything you get, and you can't show you work for it, it belongs to the government. How you can say we corrupt? We got people who just don't obey the law. That's why I ain't gonna bother with that. I gone. People who getting paid and getting the crown land, getting all the government contract, do your job. I gone, Professor.
Okay, thank you very much. I got to get that act. The first time I heard about it was when he mentioned it, the Damage Act of 2000. I got to have my people pull that for me, and I'm going to look at that. But no, Bahamians, let me say this before Brother Hyla comes in. We have the possibility of making our country great. We are under God. We have to repent of our wicked ways, as 2 Chronicles 7:14 tells us. And we must look to God for direction and guidance. He will give it to us. We ask, we don't get it because we don't ask for it. And so we keep suffering. We don't have to keep suffering for another 51 years and 5 months. And I want to work with you. And I'm not saying you put anybody on a pedestal. Don't ever do that, Bahamians. You look to Jesus Christ, who is our Savior, our Redeemer. And the way you do that is you follow what he tells you in the scriptures. You follow what is in the Constitution. So anyone who comes up with anything and is not constitutionally sound, you reject them. It is not biblically sound, you reject them. It's just as simple as that. The country has suffered for too long, Bahamians. We just can't keep going like this. As of today, just give me my 18 months so I can get something done, because I want to work, Bahamians. I won't be sitting there for the next 18 months and complaining. No. You ain't playing that game on me. 5 months and 2 days stops today, since I asked you from July the 8th. So as of today, the 10th day of December, we got 7 more months before we turn 52. Let's make good use of that time, Bahamians, because it will flitter right out of your hand if you do nothing with it. And then we'll have 52 years of crap and no progress whatsoever. We can't have that. Let's get on with the business of saving the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Brother Cartwright, go ahead, please. Brother Hyla, I say Brother Cartwright. I don't know. You always think Brother Cartwright, see when you come like that. But anyhow, Brother Hyla,
Professor.
welcome to express yourself.
Good day, Professor. And good day, Bahamas. You know, Professor, I never mind saying little or saying less or saying nothing. I don't have a problem
Yes.
not speaking. Because the time for talk is over.
No, it is over. We got to have action now.
The time for talk is over. And it's time for action
Yes.
against the new oppressors of the Bahamian people.
Yes.
Because we are oppressed. Our new oppressors have taken themselves colors and arranged themselves in parties and studied what our old oppressors used to do.
Yes.
But Mama and Papa couldn't have known that when they threw their support behind these well-educated, sharp-looking, suit-wearing, sweet-smelling, smart-talking, wicked people would take their support into the house and do the opposite of what they should be doing.
Yes.
When I say the opposite, they are there to do the people's business.
That's what it's supposed to be. Yes.
They're there to work on behalf of the people.
Of the people, yes.
They are representatives of the people
Yes.
in various constituencies.
That's right.
But they really are not representing the people. And what is very disturbing is that when some of their members have a heart for the people and start to work for the people, they dismiss those members. And somehow we don't even notice. We just go ahead and keep supporting this particular group.
This is where the constituents come in. When a representative is working on your behalf and he has difficulties with some other personalities he may be associated with, no problem. The constituents in a given constituency where he is the representative, constituents, you got to come to his rescue. He can't stand there by himself. You have to stand back of him and support him or her, as the case may be.
I'll put something else forward. Stand by him and support him. But if you see that he is working against you, step forward and remove him.
Now the opposite is true.
Yeah,
Yes, I agree with
two.
you. Yes.
Conversely,
so even if he or she agrees to work on behalf of the constituents and there are personalities that particular individual is connected with giving him a hard time, then the constituents stand with the representative. Now, if the opposite of that is true, then you got to stand up, Bahamians. You just can't let things happen. That's why we're in this predicament 51 years and 5 months later. Calling you live on air. Go ahead, please.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
Yes, sir. I'm doing okay.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, now your co-host doing.
Doing well, thank you. Good day.
Yeah, I was listening to the lady just now, and she said the people's not calling. The turn they MPS.
No, the lady, I had asked a question. July the 8th, I put out a proposal to the Bahamian people.
I can say something.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Go ahead, yes.
I can be real true. The only thing our MP really doing with our constituency is more. I haven't seen more legal. I see more leaders in this area, in the Grove area.
Yes.
The past couple of years.
Mm.
It's like they live better than the being citizens.
Okay.
Mm.
That's what I can say. She don't want to. That's what I can say. She don't fire you.
Mm.
Okay. Now let me.
And I don't think it's right.
Mm.
Okay. Let me. How long you lived in your particular constituency?
I could say my basically we was the first house in the Grove corner. So my great Grammy, then my Grammy, then my mother, No, me. So basically, from before 1970.
Okay. Now, let me give you the specific question. Do you know of any major constituency problems that have been solved by the representative of your particular constituency over the time you were there? And here are the clear-cut benefits that come to the constituency as a result of that major problem or problems having been solved in that particular constituency.
I can say one thing. Up in my area, which I consider supposed to be Cecilia, but they turned that into Angliston, which I don't think that's supposed to be Angliston, it's supposed to be Cecilia. But I know that in Cecilia, it wasn't no benefit.
Okay.
Now, Sean Lord was he's the leader. He was MD for our area.
Yes.
I think we might have seen something, but this person, she's telling me to speed bump to the corner.
Okay.
To one corner, but I asked from and my grandma, my great grandma from that time.
Wow.
The only thing we see now is a bunch of legal stuff through the area.
Yeah. I have the same thing in my area too. We need to put some speed bumps down on the ground.
And if you come to it, and then if you come to it about it, the situation, the people that move in the office, there's one year.
Okay.
Wow.
But there's a solution to that one too.
But anyway, thanks.
Well, thank you.
So that's 3 generations, Professor.
That's 3 generations. Yeah, you're quite right.
So he answered for 3 generations of people.
Right. And he hasn't seen any major constituency problem having been solved. That is what I am looking at. No major constituency problem has been solved in that particular constituency as far as he understands and he knows. All he has seen is the proliferation of problems. Can't even get speed bumps on the road. What kind of nonsense is that? See, Bahamians, this is why I ask a specific question. If you have representation in a given constituency and there are no improvements to the quality of life of the people of that constituency, you got a lot of problems, Bahamians. That's a serious problem. You can point to one major constituency problem that has been solved and the people could now rejoice and say how happy they are. Come on, Bahamians. Scripture don't tell lies, you know. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. So you will know by the rejoicing of the people that you have righteous people running your place. But the other portion of the scripture says, when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. That is also true. This is Professor Sidney MacArthur, Walter Thompson on the Global Radio Network. We're going to go to a break and we'll be back after the break.
Express Yourself Live will return right after this.
It's that time of year to spread happiness with the Global 99.5 FM Christmas Toy Drive. Join us in collecting toys to bring hope and joy to children of all ages this holiday season. Stop by our studio on the corner of Elizabeth Avenue and Shirley Street and donate a new unwrapped toy. Let's work together to put a smile on the child's face this Christmas. Celebrate the magic of giving with Global 99.5 FM, just in time for the holidays.
Season's greetings from the management and staff of Y Cares Fashion Center, located in the Y Cares Plaza off Prince Charles Drive and Bahama Avenue. In this season of giving, we want to give thanks to you, our valued customers. May your holidays be filled with love, laughter, and the joys of this festive spirit. Happy holidays from the management and staff of Y Cares Fashion Center.
We all know that finding the perfect gift can be difficult. We house a wide selection of perfume and gift sets to suit everyone on your Christmas list. Spend $50 or more and enter to win a prize from our Christmas giveaway promotion. We can help you get it right this Christmas. You know the person, and we know the perfume. Merry Christmas from the Perfume Bar.
During this festive season, we, the management and staff of the Cricket Club in Pub Haynes Oval, West Bay Street, extends our warmest wishes to you, our valued customers. We reflect with gratitude on the wonderful support you've extended to us throughout the year. Your trust and loyalty in our restaurant have been the cornerstone of our success. And for that, We are truly thankful. So to all of our valued customers, as the holiday season arrives, we wish you joy, peace, and every happiness for the upcoming year. Happy holidays from the management and staff of the Cricket Club Restaurant and Pub.
Myra Scents and Gifts, formerly Bed and Bath Concepts, is located at the Mall at Marathon. They've got gift baskets, gift sets, teddy bears, and women handbags. You will also find the best selection of perfumes, especially the now hard to find ones, like Club de Nude for men and women, Red Door, Perry Ellis, White's Diamond, and an assortment of Arabian perfumes, just to name a few. It's Myra Scents and Gifts. Friendly atmosphere, affordable prices, satisfied customers. Come on in. We're open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. on weekdays and 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Telephone 393-5958. Myra Scents and Gifts.
Roll out this holiday season with a new ride from Montague Motors. We have you covered on just about everything from the Mazda CX-5, CR-Vs, and Nissan X-Trails to Suzuki Swifts, Mazda Demios, Cubes, Notes, Step Wagons, and Jukes, all colors. Small cars too, like Vasos and Miras. Payment plans from $200 per month. Now open on Saturdays. Zero down, everyone. Village Road near Shirley. Telephone 812-7576 or 477-3734.
Another year, another Christmas, and another opportunity to enjoy the amazing variety and quality at Y-Cares. Men's jeans, all styles, along with dress and short sleeve shirts. Ladies' jeans, all styles, plus dress pants, blouses, and underwear. Y-Cares has a big selection of fridges, stoves, irons, and fans, and even bed mattresses and box spring frames for all sizes. Everything you need for everyone that needs it is at Y-Cares. 3 locations to serve you: Bahama Avenue, East Street South, and Prince Charles Drive.
From Cable Beach to Montague, it's your chance to join the discussion of today's issue. Yeah, let your voice be heard. Speak your mind and express yourself. Yeah. Call in and participate at 326-0271 or 326-0272. WhatsApp us your concerns on 809-2310. Follow us live on Facebook and globalradio99.5fm.com. Express yourself.
This is Professor Sidney MacArthur Walter Thompson on the Global Radio Network 99.5 FM. This is a great day to be in the Commonwealth of Bahamas. We're going to get some problems solved, Bahamians. We can use the Holy Bible and we can use the Constitution. That is a sure foundation. The caller who came in calling last said he ain't seen nothing from the time he's been there. 3 generations of people can't even get speed bumps on the road. Come on, Bahamians. We got to live better than that. I believe we have a caller, Mr. Producer. Let's get this call out of the way so we can play this clip. Caller, you're live on air. Go ahead, please. Caller? Caller, you there?
Brother Sid.
Yeah, what you say?
Yeah,
go ahead.
I hear you talking about people putting people up on the pedestal.
Pedestal, yeah, that's correct.
But I see that's what America is doing with Donald Trump.
Of course they are.
He's putting him up on the pedestal like he is their deliverer. He's their savior.
Their savior.
And they better be careful.
You have to be careful.
Because the last time I read Jeremiah 18 chapter and the 6 and the 7 ways,
yes,
it tell you that God is plucking up. He is plucking up individual
yes,
and countries. And we can see now with Haiti,
yes,
Haiti is worse than it ever been now.
that is true.
You see? So we have to be careful how we are putting mans up on pedestal. I see even we putting church leaders up on pedestal.
Oh, yes, that is happening in this country. You're quite right about that.
We have to be very, very careful. I don't know where this spirit is coming from.
Right from the devil.
You see? Like they are more closer to God
Than you are.
than you.
That's
see?
right, yes.
And this is where the problem. I read yet last night Psalms 94.
Psalm 94, okay.
And 16 ways.
Okay.
The Lord said, "Who will arise for me, and who will take a stand for me?"
Amen.
It's time for the people to take a stand for the name of the Lord.
I agree with you.
It's time. You see, because they can look around and see things is not getting no better.
No, they're
It's
not.
not getting no better.
That is correct.
You see? So pastors don't have the answer. The professors them don't have the answer.
That's correct.
The politicians don't have the answer.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. He said Psalm 94, I think, 16. Mr. Highly will write that note down for me. Psalm 94, 16, I think. Jeremiah 18, verses 6 and 7. I got to check that out. No, he's correct. Bahamians, do not put Professor on no pedestal. I like living man. I won't go with them other fellas. I'm asking you to put Jesus Christ, who is the Savior of all mankind. He works through human agents. I'm just a human agent. I just want to follow the Constitution and the Holy Bible. That's all I want to do. And I want to work in cooperation with the people. And I like living. I want to live till the man come back. You know, all heroes, they go to a certain place. I won't go there with them. We're going to now play this tape from the Prime Minister. You know, there are a few clips from the Prime Minister. This is clip number 2. I want to play it, and we're going to discuss what the Prime Minister said in this particular clip.
I met with the Commissioner of Police. I have received and accepted his resignation. The Commissioner of Police has served the force with distinction. I want to emphasize that there are no allegations of wrongdoing against him. But the Royal Bahamas Police Force needs change. I have identified a highly qualified successor who is well suited to oversee the necessary reforms and change needed. This appointment, of course, requires a consultation with the leader of the opposition. Hence, I have not disclosed the name. And I asked the clerk, could you just deliver this letter to the leader? That has the name, and I hope he'll keep it quiet until we have the opportunity to discuss it. I would invite you, following the adjournment of this House, to meet with me in the Cabinet office across the street so we can have a discussion on the matter, if you wish. But you are invited to meet me and discuss shortly after adjournment. As we adjourn, I'll go over to the office, Cabinet office across the street, and you can join me there and we can have a discussion about the new appointment.
Now, that's what the Prime Minister said. I'm going to let Brother Hyler speak to it first, and then I'll speak to it. Brother Hyler, go ahead, please.
Professor, I mean, you're supposed to reward persons who serve with distinction.
You're right about that.
You don't remove a person who you believe served with distinction. Clayton Fernando was unceremoniously removed from his position. Now, could he be held responsible if you're saying that there are some bad actors? I believe his dismissal was premature, me personally.
Okay.
Even if you say, well, we'll dismiss him later if he does not successfully implement what he said he would implement 3 days ago.
Yes.
So a man that has a plan and lays it out before the nation is a man who intends to carry out that plan. That's my belief.
Okay.
So I don't believe that he intended to resign of his own volition.
Okay.
Of his own will. The two are not congruent. The two don't go together. For you to tell the people what you're going to do, and 3 or a few days later, come back and then resign. First of all, he did not give any reasons or no information after resigning. That's very telling for me. You know, I wouldn't go much further down that road, but he did not speak to the Bahamian people.
Okay.
Not after the resignation with whatever, 5 minute, 3 minute, explanation. So I don't want to speculate any further than that, Professor. But I don't think it was his intention. We don't have any evidence that it was his intention to resign unless forced to resign.
Okay.
That's my view. That's just my way of looking at it.
I looking at it the way what the man say. The man say he met with him. He received a letter from the Commissioner of Police on a purported resignation. He didn't tell us whether this was voluntarily done by the commissioner himself or whether he had asked the commissioner to resign. We don't know that. Some things are missing in the statement by the Prime Minister. I listened to it very carefully. A man served with distinction. You are telling us the force needs change. Why can't it not be done with a man who has served with distinction and there are no allegations against him? That's what the man say. Right at the top of the tape, man. Now you're saying you got a particular personality who is well suited and well qualified. What kind of talk is that? And you got a man serving with distinction and you're taking a resignation from this particular person. We don't know whether the person particularly voluntarily resigned. That's one thing. Was he compelled to resign by circumstances beyond his control? That's another thing. We don't know that. The Prime Minister didn't tell us that. So he just met with him. And he got this letter of resignation. They say he have this name, and they gave the letter to the clerk to give to the leader of the opposition. And he asked the leader of the opposition, okay, I'll meet with you in the cabinet office after the House finishes today. The name's supposed to be kept confidential. Only the Prime Minister is supposed to know who the name is. And he said he wanted to meet with him if he wished. What do you mean, if he wished? What do you mean by that, Mr. Prime Minister? See, I'm not going to speak to the constitutionality of it today because I ain't going to have time to get into all of that. But I'm going to show you Bahamians whether this action is constitutionally sound or not. Because some things the Prime Minister said, I don't see how it adds up. Because a lot of things in that statement that he made, some things are missing in there. Did the commissioner voluntarily resign? If he did, fine. Then you need to have a replacement. But here's the fellow servant distinction. You're telling us the force need change. Change for what? You say you have someone who's well suited, well qualified for the job. Why would you let a man of distinction be removed? No allegations against him, no wrongdoing against this particular personality. But you say you got another particular personality. Now, if the man willingly resigned, fine. But then if that happened, then tell us that. But we don't know that. And he didn't say, he asked his resignation. And so the thing is, I've been hearing, well, we'll get to the next day when we talk about the particular personality the Prime Minister mentioned. But Bahamians, I suggest that our leaders be a little bit clearer in their statements so we can understand what is going on. We heard the remarks from the commissioner that Sunday, and then Wednesday you said, but the man resigned. You get letter of resignation. I mean, what is that? He outlined a whole slew of things he wanted to do. And there was nothing, caller, stay on the line, don't go nowhere. There's nothing in that statement that he made that Sunday that's going to go anywhere. He said he would be there. He go back and play the tape, you know. But here's the leader of the country, the Prime Minister. And I still support him when it comes to us interfacing with the world. So don't take my comments out of context. Because this is an internal problem. We could fix this one when it comes to him. We could fix this. The point is, he did not tell us anything about the circumstances of resignation. We see no resignation letter. We had nothing from the commissioner, former commissioner. No reason as to why he resigned. But we get the prime minister say the fellow served with distinction.
Professor, what's sad to me, and I'm not going to let it get my spirit down, but I don't like.
We got it.
Yeah, we have a call. Okay.
I forgot.
No,
my
take the
producer
call.
did indicate to me. Yeah, we'll take the call. Call you live on air. Go ahead, please.
Hey, Professor.
Hey, what's happening?
That's what I was supposed to talk to you about.
Uh-huh.
You heard the man, the Prime Minister said last week, he going to shake the tree.
Yes.
Now, in his mind, he know that tree what he's going to shake, which one was going to fall.
Okay.
I believe, in spite of what Clayton Fernandez say, the Prime Minister fire him. The Prime Minister hire him, and the Prime Minister had to turn around and fire him, because when you look at the force, you see all kind of things that's happening under him. Polices them was stealing, some was raping,
Yes.
and the next thing,
Yes.
and the big fish was, the last thing was Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson,
The
yes.
commissioner take too long to deal with this case. If he was supposed to send others who steal and do things,
Yes.
he should have deal with Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson. Okay.
Just
Now,
like that.
yeah.
Dismiss him, and you know what happened? You would have had all this noise, the people making noise and carrying on.
Uh-huh.
See, he take too long to do these things, and this is what the problem. I believe he make the Prime Minister look bad.
Okay.
And the Prime Minister didn't have no other choice but to fire him because the people were making noise.
Why didn't tell
So
us
now, I don't know how many
that? Why
more
didn't the
Apple-
Prime Minister tell us that?
Hmm?
Why didn't the Prime Minister say in his statement what you just said? Why he didn't tell us that?
See, you have to read between the lines.
No.
The
I
Prime
going by no. Okay, you could do that, and that's your view, and I'm not knocking you for that, because all kind of funny things been happening. Did he tell us the man served with distinction?
Yes.
Well, caller, allow me. What if him serving as an officer that served with distinction? What if that made him a bad apple?
Well, then, so in other ways, we have to look at it like that. And every people who in the Bahamas know what was going on. But I wouldn't expect for the Prime Minister to come out and say, "Oh, this mom is lousy," and stuff like that. We who have eyes to see could see.
I want the Prime Minister to be caller, not interject. Let me interject this, because see, this is what I have a problem with. If you tell me the man served with distinction, is it true or false? Yes or no?
I got that. How
There
many
are no
times we see
allegations
leaders-
against him.
How
Huh?
many times we see leaders in
No
parties say,
wrongdoing.
well, this man was a good man and stuff like that.
Is he
But
telling us
otherwise
the
than that,
truth?
they do it in a
Stop
diplomatic
calling.
way.
No. Either you're telling the truth, yes or no. Is it true or false?
It is for the information, what he's saying like that. Well, the people think, well, okay, if this man was such a good man, why is this man going? But I just said to you, who have eyes and ears could see what was going on in that force?
But caller.
In other words, look at Johnson. It's still the case. Just 6 months.
Yes.
It's not being dealt with, and just everything was on the commissioner on his watch.
No, I agree. But caller, I agree with all that you're saying, But we're getting a different twist from the Prime Minister. He said the man served with distinction. He said the force needs change. Why can't a man who served with distinction bring change to the force? Why?
Well, he said that the polishing and stuff like that. So in other ways, come on, man. If it was me, I would have done it in the diplomatic way, my own self. But who have eyes could hear and see? Come on, you can't tell me it's snowing on Bay Street now.
Right.
And I know they ain't
It's
snowing on
snowing.
Bay Street.
So that would be misinformation.
Yeah, information.
That's
might
the
be
word I would use.
Information, because when he said he gets somebody highly
But that's
qualified.
what you say, highly
and stuff like
qualified?
that.
Yes, that's the
So,
man tell me.
That should tell you something. I believe, let me tell you something here.
Uh-huh.
Management is a problem in this country. We put too much people in places. We place them in places in this country, and they do not know what they're doing. We run party politics, and this is where the problem come in.
Okay.
We have them in government office. They don't know when water boiling, but we put them there.
Oh, okay.
So what happened? They make us look bad. But in the private sector, like Atlantis and stuff like that, Saul Kushner them is fired them right off the spot.
Okay.
You see, we allow these people. We know they don't know nothing but nothing. But we place them there because why? They may be PLP or F&M, and this is where the problem comes. That's why the country is dumbing down.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Now, the caller made some comments, and I'm not disagreeing with him, the fact that the police force had some problems. But the Prime Minister said the man served with distinction. You say the force need change. The man gave us this beautiful speech that Sunday, say what he wants to do. Wednesday, you come along and say you receive a letter of resignation. Now, we don't know the circumstances of that. The Prime Minister need to explain that. Did he ask him to resign? Yes or no? Did the commissioner voluntarily resign? If the commissioner voluntarily resigned, then I could understand that you need someone to be in the position. I could understand that. But you tell me the man served with distinction. You didn't say the circumstances of the resignation. So what am I supposed to do? Now he's telling me read between the lines. I reading what the man say. You can't tell me you got a man serving with distinction. There's nothing against him, no allegations against this man. And yet you tell us the police force need change. And you got a man of distinction right in the office. And you say now you got somebody else to bring the change. And the man just gave us this wonderful speech on Sunday. And then Wednesday you're talking about you get a letter of resignation. If he voluntarily resigned without pressure, then fine. But the Prime Minister didn't tell us that. He didn't tell us whether he asked him to resign. I'm just asking the question. That's all I'm doing. And I think the people need to look at these things objectively. Then he said toward the end of the speech, if he will, if the leader of opposition will. What kind of talk is that? You're supposed to be discussing something important as the office of the Commissioner of Police, a very important constitutional office. I got to speak to the constitutionality of that at a later time. I can't do it today. But we're looking at what the man say. Can we believe what he says? Yes or no? I don't want my leaders to deceive me.
Too late for that.
Well, we're going to know whether he deceived us or not, you know. We can get the facts. That's why, no, hold on, Brother Hyland. See, I'm trying to get the Bahamian people to understand. You ain't got to polish nothing with me. Just give me the facts as they are. And some things are better left unsaid rather than said. Fine, I can live with that too. But you don't say the man served with distinction. You say there's nothing against him. You need change in the police force. You got the man already in the office, and you say you got somebody else who is supposed to be qualified. And when we hear the next day, we're going to know more about this particular personality. When did this particular personality come into the high ranks of the Royal Bahamas Police Force? And you got some senior people who were there before that particular personality. But the thing is, Bahamians, you got to analyze carefully what the man say. Now the caller tell me, so I must read between the lines. I don't want to be deceived, man. Mr. Prime Minister, please tell me what you got to say. Tell us what it is. Now, if some things you don't want to say, well, okay, I could live with that too. But you're looking for someone who served with distinction to solve the problems of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Well, you got the man right there, because he gave us that beautiful speech that Sunday. I was impressed with what he said. But I know what happened from Sunday to Wednesday. I know. But ain't nobody tell me nothing. And I ain't gonna speculate on anything. I'm just analyzing what the man said in the tape. And I won't read no between no lines, but the Prime Minister tell me what you have to say. And then I could work with that. Oh, I say, well, that's how it go. Now, if he had voluntarily resigned, fine. That puts a whole picture, different picture altogether. But to just leave it like that, you put doubt in people's minds. But I still can support him in coming to them fellas in New York now. I ain't going against the Prime Minister for that. See, this is an internal thing. We could fix this one here. That ain't nothing to do with them people in New York. So people got to learn to understand that there are times when you have to correct our leaders when they do foolishness, man. You have to tell them. So we have to tell our leaders, you got to be clear in your communication to us, the people. We are listening to you. We gave you the authority to run our national affairs. We want justice. We want honesty. We want fair play. Go ahead, Brother Hyla.
Professor, I don't even want to talk about the leader of the country right now.
Okay. All right. Mr.
I used too many of my words on him already. I have to give an account for all of my words and my time.
Well, of course. Yeah, I agree with you. But we got another tape you want to play on the Prime Minister.
We could hear the next tape.
You could hear it.
Yeah.
Getting
it together.
If the producer has it in play, that's tape number 3 now.
You know what, Professor?
Well, hold on, Mr. Producer. Go ahead.
Let me just say, Professor.
Yes.
Look how quick the chief of police was moved or came out of that position.
Yes.
But look how long we were waiting to hear what was going on with the other officer.
That's a point. That's a valid point, yes.
The other officer had months. And we have an audio recording of him.
Yes.
And we only have days with Mr. Clayton Fernandez.
From Sunday to Wednesday, we hear we get our information from the Prime Minister on
Wednesday. Look at the time, Professor.
Yes.
Mr. Johnson, months was drawn out.
Yes.
Nothing done.
Nothing done, yes.
Why such swift action on the chief of police?
Yes.
He was not afforded the same thing.
No, he was not.
He served with distinction.
That's what the man tells me.
But he was held accountable for everybody else's actions. So why don't we take that same principle and apply that to the office of the Prime Minister too then?
Well, no one is above the law. That's what the man tells me.
If things ain't going right, let's just have a change at the top. Yes. If we're going to use that principle in the police ranks,
yes,
let's apply it to the office of the Prime Minister too.
Yes.
Let's apply it to Parliament.
And to the cabinet, yeah.
And to the cabinet one time.
One time, yes.
I just wanted to make that observation.
Okay.
You say you can shake the tree and the first person drop is Clayton Fernandez. Without saying it, you calling him a bad apple.
Well, that's why we got to examine what the man say. And then watch what he does. See, I keep telling the people this all the time, I
agree.
Listen to what the Prime Minister said, in this particular case is him, and then watch what he do. Mm-hmm. Now we can play tape number. Mr. Producer, you have that that next tape on the Prime Minister. We want to discuss that.
I made a communication to Parliament, updating the House and the Bahamian people on the steps we have taken since we first learned of an indictment in the United States, which includes several members of our law enforcement agencies. During the communication, I announced that I met with the Commissioner of Police and that I had received and accepted his resignation. I'm recommending that the Assistant Commissioner of Police, with responsibility for the Northern District, Shanta Emily Knowles, be appointed as the nation's next Commissioner of Police. She's a strong and seasoned professional, ready to lead the force through an era of substantial reform.
Okay, that's tape number 3. How long has this person been Assistant Commissioner of Police? Do you know, Hyla?
No, I don't know. I remember seeing when she was sent to Grand Bahama. Okay. I remember that.
Yes.
But I don't know how long she served in this capacity as assistant.
Okay. Now, of course, he is saying this person is qualified for this to bring the change, this particular personality. First time I'm hearing about this You say Shanta Knowles, is that it?
Shanta Emily Knowles.
Shanta Emily Knowles, okay,
Yes.
all right. This is a woman officer on the Royal Bahamas
Mhm.
Police Force. He has recommended her to be Commissioner of Police. What about those senior people who were there, Deputy Commissioner, and persons who were there? My understanding with this particular person, and the public, if I'm in error, please correct me, she's been there about a year in the high ranks as Assistant Commissioner of Police. Others have been serving in that office much longer than her. How is it that what makes her qualified to be Commissioner of Police with such limited experience as a senior officer? What qualifies her for that? See, that is the question I have to ask. Because she barely been there a year. She even ain't got a foot wet yet as an Assistant Commissioner for Grand Bahama. But this is the person, the man. See, I got to say it the way it is.
Yeah. And I was reading that there are some unresolved issues in Grand Bahama.
Yes, there are.
That she was dealing with.
Yes.
In terms of officer involved issues.
Yes.
So, she's in the middle of her own, I want to say crusade, but she was in the middle of dealing with her own matters,
yes.
How is that going to progress?
But the woman just got her, but didn't even get a feet wet yet as an Assistant Commissioner. And yet he's recommended this particular personality, Miss Shanta, what the name again? Knowles.
Shanta Emily Knowles.
Shanta Emily Knowles. I got to get used to that name. Because this is the first time I've heard about this particular personality.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of her being no senior commissioner, except in the time when she was appointed or recommended. But she can just get her feet wet. How could you have a person just simply skip over all them other people who were there in senior positions of Royal Bahama Police Force? This is the way we do things. We're going to go to break. Bahamians, I want you to comment on what the Prime Minister said about Shanta Knowles. And he recommended her to be Commissioner of Police. Well, fine. That's okay. The lines are open 326-0271, 326-0272, 813-0271. We'll be back after the break.
Fall is here, and so are the incredible advertising deals at Global 99.5 FM. Whether you're launching a new product, promoting holiday sales, or just want to get your brand out there, we've got you covered with unbeatable rates this season. Reach thousands of potential customers and boost your business before the holidays hit. Call 326-0271 or just email sales@globalradio995fm.com to learn more about our fall advertising promotions. Global 99.5 FM, reaching customers wherever they are for your success.
During this festive season, we, the management and staff of Bahamas Vision Center, located Harbor Bay Shopping Plaza, East Bay Street, extend our warmest wishes to you, our valued clients. We reflect our gratitude on the wonderful support you've extended to us throughout the year. Your trust and loyalty in our business have been the cornerstone of our success, and for that, we are truly thankful. So to all our valued clients, as the holiday season arrives, we wish you joy, peace, and happiness for the upcoming year. Happy holidays from the management and staff of Bahamas Vision Center.
At Shell, we say refresh, refuel, rejoice. This Christmas, every $20 fuel up earns you a ticket to over $25,000 in joyful giveaways. Refresh your holiday mood with lavish hotel vouchers, exclusive spa treatments, and high-end shopping vouchers. Fuel up and submit your receipt by WhatsApp to 422-0271 for a chance to win with Shell. Drive to Shell. Fuel up and enter to win your share of $25,000 in giveaways for a December to remember. Terms and conditions apply.
You know it's Christmas when the stores get all decked out. Come to the Brass and Leather Shops and the Luggage Store. We've got gift ideas for everyone on your list. Quality leather goods from Land. Guess, Nine West, Kipling, and Rioni are awaiting you. We have manicure and pedicure sets, gifts for the kids, sell accessories, and furry slippers for those with cold feet. It is all here to make your Christmas shopping easy and special. We can't wait to see you.
Amidst the festive cheers,
The management and staff of Clear Choice Home Center, located shop number 40 opposite St. Gregory's Anglican Church, Carmichael Road, takes this opportunity to extend our sincerest gratitude to our valued customers for your support and trust in our services over the years. Here's to a fantastic year ahead. Wishing you the happiest holidays from the management and staff at Clear Choice Home Center.
Steve Harvey here from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Everybody knows that I love to chill out with great music. There's only one place you can get this tonight at 7 p.m.
As soon as you clock off from work, make sure you lock right into me. I'm Lenny Green from The Quiet Storm, inviting you to come on over. I've got all of that R&B ear candy that you love. Plus, we'll engage in conversations inside a confession of love and so much more. And you never know who's going to drop by. It's The Quiet Storm, all getting underway tonight, 7 o'clock, right here on Global 99.5. I'm Lenny Green from The Quiet Storm.
From East Street to Blue Hill Road, it's your chance to join the discussion of today's issue. Here, let your voice be heard. Speak your mind and express yourself. Call in and participate at 326-0271 or 326-0272. WhatsApp us your concerns on 809-2310. Follow us live on Facebook and globalradio99.5fm.com. Express yourself.
This is Professor Sidney MacArthur Walter Thompson on the Global Radio Network 99.5 FM. This is a great day to be in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, the 10th of December. 51 years and 5 months into independence. Caller, you live on air. Go ahead, please. Caller, go ahead. I don't think the caller is there. Mr. Producer, go ahead and play the tape, please. Because Bahamians, we got to pay attention to what our leaders are telling us. That is very important. We don't want to read between the lines like the last caller told me to read between the lines. I read between those lines. I want to read what the man tells me. I want to analyze. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Producer.
Several members of our law enforcement. This morning, I made a communication to Parliament updating the House and the Bahamian people on the steps we have taken since we first learned of an indictment in the United States, which includes several members of our law enforcement agencies. During the communication, I announced that I met with the Commissioner of Police and that I had received and accepted his resignation. I'm recommending that the Assistant Commissioner of Police, with responsibility for the Northern District, Shanta Emily Knowles, be appointed as the nation's next Commissioner of Police. She's a strong and seasoned professional, ready to lead the force through an era of substantial reform.
That's very interesting. Strong and seasoned professional. As they say, is looking for a strong and seasoned professional, ready to lead the police force. I understand this woman has been there about a year as Assistant Commissioner. Where is the seasoning in that? You just getting your foot wet. And probably your 2 feet ain't wet enough yet. But yet this particular personality has been recommended to be Commissioner of Police over all these other senior people on the force. I mean, what are we saying? It doesn't make any sense to me. I hear what the Prime Minister says. She's strong, she's seasoned. When it comes about seasoning, it takes time for something to get seasoned. And I don't see where a year or possible a year is seasoning enough as an Assistant Commissioner of Police to say you move from being Assistant Commissioner of Police when you're just getting your 2 feet wet to become the Commissioner of Police. Caller, you live on air. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good afternoon, Professor Thompson. Kenneth Hyler, Freeport.
Yes.
I just want to say, Dr. Hyler, Mr. Hyler.
Yes, sir. Good day.
Yes. Good afternoon. You let me overcome my fear of speaking out on what's going on in Grand Bahama because I was scared to talk about it because I ride my bike. I'm out here every day.
Okay.
And Miss Emily Knowles, the commissioner, she had a big to do here. What she supposed to fix with some officers here, and it's so scary. The department run by Freeport grandmama, and we under that, and she didn't fix that. How they gonna carry on with that? Because it's scary, Dr. Harlow, how we living with this system here, and nothing being done here.
Wow.
On the northern side with that situation, because like professors say and like other people say, you don't have to spell it out all the time. You can read between the lines, Dr. Harlow. And what me and you doing is what you say, and you talk in reference and not pointing finger, and I'm talking the same way. It's a scary moment in northern Bahamas, Freeport grandmama, because whatever they do here and have to protect, it's them who we need to be protected of.
Okay.
Wow.
Y'all have a good day.
Okay,
Dr. Harlow, man, you're on point, Dr. Harlow. Thank you for overcoming my fear. They're talking about the situation going on in grandmama.
That's awesome. More work to do. It's good. It's good.
Thank you.
It's good
Thank you
that
for
you've
your
overcome that.
Thank you for your contribution. He has a constitutional right
to express himself.
And at the same time to be free from oppression. Okay, no man, woman, or child shall ever be frustrated or deprived in any way, shape, or form. That's in your constitution. And the thing is that my understanding is the woman has been there for a year and as assistant commissioner of police. I don't know nothing about this strong image, seasoned person. You can't be seasoned after 1 year as an assistant commissioner. Where does seasoning come from? From where? That just doesn't add up. But you have others on that force who have been seasoned, who've been there for perhaps more years than 1 year. But 1 year. You was assistant commissioner for the Northern Bahamas, then all of a sudden you jump right into the top post as commissioner of police. What are we saying? You see, I have a problem with that. I have a problem with the statements he made in the second tape. I have a problem with this, what he made in the third tape. I'm going to deal with it constitutionally. I ain't talked about that part yet. I can bring that up in another show. Call you live on air. Go ahead, please.
Good afternoon.
Yes,
good
sir.
afternoon, Professor.
Hey, how are you, man?
So far, so good. And I agree with you about the seasoning point.
Yeah,
But
my understanding is the woman that's been there just 1 year, man. As an
Yeah.
assistant commissioner, what kind of seasoning you get in that? You can't even get your foot wet in 1 year.
I agree. But the point I want to make is this. I don't know if the PM is recognized yet, but eventually he will. Everything that he has touched and is not in the favor or the Bahamian has blown up in his face.
Yeah.
I understand we had a lot of money, so finances come our way through the carbon credits. I don't see any of it. The national debt is growing, and we're supposed to be gaining some VAT monies and whatnot, supposed to be paying that down from some Bankman-Fried time.
Yes.
Everybody he shake hand with, it end up blowing up inside his face. So here it is now. He brought the former commissioner out of retirement, and you see what happened to him. Now he appoints somebody without no salt and pepper on them and lime. We'll see what happened with this one.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your contribution. No, well, see, this is why people are telling me about reading between the lines. I ain't got no time to read no between no lines. I have to go by what the man tells me. I got to analyze what he said to me. I can't read no between no lines. Because you're reading something between lines, then you see something, then 10 other people read between the lines, they see 10 different things. I ain't going through that crap. I have to deal with the man say. She's supposed to be seasoned and she's supposed to be well qualified. Well, I'm telling you, and he told us the other one who was there, he is
He served
with distinction.
He served with distinction.
And he said the force need change. Well, how come you can't work with the fellow who served with distinction? Now that one got experience. I know about this one who just come there a year and you say this particular person is seasoned. Come on, give me a break, man. Payments, the lines open, 3260271, 3260272, 8130271. We must listen to what our leaders are telling us and we must analyze it based on what they say in their comments. You don't add nothing to it. You don't take nothing away from it. That's how I can analyze what he says and anyone else who is in position of authority. So they can't say, you did this or you did that. Now, I believe we got another tape. Mr. Bruce, we have the next, the next tape ready.
Today, both the Prime Minister and myself, he also invited the Deputy Prime Minister, and I explained that we needed time to consult. We do not know the officer who has been appointed as commissioner, and we wanted to raise questions with persons who have worked with her over time, persons who know the background. It is a very serious position, and any new person that comes into it, we should be given an opportunity to find out about their track record.
Now, Vehemence, you know, you just heard what the leader of the opposition said. He said, I don't know this woman. He needed more time. The man saying on point. What kind of nonsense is this? The Constitution said, no, well, see, I didn't tell you I can deal with the constitutional part about that later. See, I got to play that tape again, what the leader of the opposition said when I speak to the constitutionality of it, and also what the Prime Minister said. You got to put the two of them together. He said need more time. So what's the rush? You got a man who served with distinction. What's the rush for? For what? See, that causes problems. You see why we have problems in this country? The man say he don't know, we need more time. We got to find out about this particular personality. I need more time to find out about this particular personality. First time I'm hearing this particular personality. I heard another personality who is in the force constantly being mentioned all the time and working.
Professor,
go ahead, Brother Hyler.
If the leader of the opposition was interested in policing and security in Grand Bahama,
yeah,
he would have known the officer responsible for the Northern Bahamas, which happens to be his constituency in Marco City. Why would he not know who she is? Why you have to get to know her now?
Okay, that's another point you brought up. Now, let me see what this call is saying. Caller, you're live on air. Go ahead, please.
Mr. Harley, you took the words out of my mouth. The lady has been there. Yes, she might have been there less than a year. She might have been there a year. But why didn't the leader of the opposition go in and speak with her? Because she is in his constituency. You are correct. So, Mr. Pintar, them need to stop being so deceptive to the people. Stop being deceptive and be honest.
Wow.
And Mr. Professor.
Yes, ma'am.
She may be, okay, you have to realize that the Police Act, when it was amended, that person serving 40 years, if they serve 40 years, some of them are retiring at the age of 58, 59, 60, they're no longer going to 65. And so therefore, if you look at it, she might be one of the most senior, if not the senior.
But she has been in the ranks of the police force as assistant commissioner for about a year.
Yeah.
Okay. So where does seasoning come from?
Well, she has served throughout the police force. I think she was a part of the human trafficking. She was in CDU. I think she basically followed the path that Marvin James and Brains did, and so all of the others ahead of her would have followed.
Okay. So long.
So I would say let's give her a chance. You know, it always takes a woman to make a difference.
I hear that. Yeah. Okay.
I'll hang up and listen to you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, see, I'm just asking questions because I don't know how much season you could get it within a year, 12 months. You're just getting your feet wet. Your 2 feet ain't wet enough yet, and you got to dry them off too so you could walk. But the decision was made. Now the leader of the opposition is saying one thing, so we got to hear his side of the story, and we got to put the two together. Because he's saying, well, like he said, she lives in his constituency. And, well, he ought to know about the particular personality who was a senior personality on the force for about a year. So I don't know. He said he needed more time.
Professor, today's politicians in the Bahamas learned absolutely nothing from Sir Lyndon Pinland.
Okay.
in terms of the common touch. Looking out for the small man, sitting and having these conversations with everybody matters, you know. Everybody matters. You only could sit with them when you're trying to get their vote. After you get their vote, they can't see you no more. People sick and tired of that. Professor, on a lighter note, I was laughing at Mr. Pentard's expense because, you see, they go and grab the mace, throw the mace out the window.
Yeah.
That I mean, I read about that in Reuters. We had foreign newspapers that reported the story.
Yeah.
But they reported almost nothing else that he's done, or Mr. Shannon Don Cartwright. Virtually nothing that the opposition has done has made international news.
Okay.
I mean, like nothing significant. So what I'm saying is throwing the mace out the window, getting the attention. See, the reason they threw the mace out the window is because they were not allowed to speak. So I also heard Minister Pia Glover say, oh, you know, she had a problem with, you know, their attitude, their disrupting Parliament. And she said there are rules and regulations.
Okay.
Now, would she have to acknowledge also the rules were being violated by her party, allowing the leader of the opposition to speak 2 sessions back to back. So I laugh because when the prime minister say, if the leader of the opposition want to have a word with me, he can have a word with me over in the cabinet office concerning the appointment of this new commissioner.
I took exception to that.
Well, I take exception to it too, because they did not allow Mr. Pintard to speak in Parliament. But then you can stand up and say, if you want to talk, we can talk over in the cabinet. He is there to speak for the people in the Parliament. So that's a high disrespect.
Okay. I'll call you live on air. Go ahead, please.
Good afternoon, Professor Thompson. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm trying to understand all of this rigmarole that's going on here. Go ahead,
I'm
caller.
trying to understand, too. Mr. Hyla, how are you, sir?
Hi, I'm doing well. Thank you. Good day.
Beautiful. I am a very, 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 very concerned citizen.
Yes,
we have a prime minister. I know the professor wants us to support a prime minister, but I cannot support a prime minister who refuses to comply, obey the Constitution of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Do you, sirs, both know that just like the Auditor General, that the Commissioner of Police cannot just be removed?
That is true.
Let's say the Auditor General. Do you know that the Prime Minister actually removed a constitutional position, and just like the Commissioner of Police, which means that this former Commissioner of Police, Mr. Clayton Fernandez, who would have served, I think, maybe for about 40 years, but
Caller, you still there?
stop being the Commissioner of Police because it's a constitutional appointment. This Prime Minister breaks just about every law. He totally disrespects the Constitution of the Bahamas. Please listen to this. I may not have time, but Article 120, subsection 1 says, the Commissioner of Police and Deputy Commissioner of Police may be removed from office by the Governor General, but shall not be removed except in accordance with provisions of paragraph 2 of this article.
Yes,
and it says in subsection 2, the Commissioner of Police or Deputy Commissioner of Police shall be removed from office by the Governor General if the question of his removal from office has been referred to a tribunal appointed under paragraph 3 of this article, and the tribunal has recommended to the Governor General that he...
I'm not hearing the other part. But
Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Read it, sir. Read it and come back to the people. The Auditor General was removed because the Prime Minister doesn't want any accounting of the millions that he gets from the public treasury, and billions that he gets from the public treasury during the budget debate annually. We have a lawless Prime Minister. Respectfully, he must be removed now. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your confidence. She referred to the Constitution. I have to check the Constitution. I'm not saying what she said in the Constitution is not correct. I remember some things about it, but I got to give it a thorough examination because I'm going to speak to that later. But I just wanted to speak to what he had said. And she has a right to her views, and I have no problem with that. The lines are open 3260271, 3260272, 8130-271. This is Professor Sidney Walter Thompson on the Global Radio Network. We're talking about some statements that were made by the Prime Minister and also the Leader of the Opposition. He said he didn't know the woman. They needed more time. We'll be back after the break. Yeah, this is the end of the show. I got so excited I didn't even know we were the last break. Audience, we'll be here tomorrow again for another exciting show. This is Professor Sidney Walter Thompson. Make sure be safe now. Don't get into no trouble so we could see and help build the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Thank you very much and have a pleasant afternoon.
Global 99.5 FM reminds our listeners that the views and opinions expressed on this show are those of the host and guests and not necessarily the opinions of the owners of Global Communications Network and the operators of this radio station.